Hello, my name is Caitlin Shen, and I analyzed case study 15, Fired Over Facebook, the issues of employee monitoring and personal privacy on social media websites by Laurel M. Gossett for my presentation. A summary of the case. Ashley Johnson, a 22-year-old waitress at Brookswood Fire Pizza in Charlotte, North Carolina, was fired for her offensive Facebook post about a customer in May 2010. She posted the complaint, "Thanks for eating at Bricks, you piece of blank camper," about a customer she waited on for 3 hours that only gave her a $5 tip. Bricks management discovered this post and fired Ms. Johnson for ignoring the social media policy she agreed to in her contract. It states, "Workers who disparage customers or speak negatively about the company will face consequences." This leads us to the ethical issue of how much control companies should hold over their employees' online behavior and how much technological surveillance they should be under. While workers should be able to speak their mind, the public image of an organization also deserves some protection. This can be described as a duty perspective versus an individual rights perspective. Companies look through the lens of a duty perspective. They have the right to set their own policies and rules about social media. As the use of technology increases, so does the restaurant's obligation to protect their public image. Yelp reviews and social media accounts are becoming more prominent than ever before. Also, commercials and pop-up ads are commonly used marketing strategies. Having a bad internet reputation would turn down customers before they even walked through the door. On the other hand, there is workers' perspective, their individual rights. Workers should be able to speak their minds and share their opinions about their occupations. Especially when they're off the clock, how they choose to spend their time should be their choice. And their personal accounts should be able to represent their personal thoughts and opinions. These perspectives provide us with two solutions to Ashley Johnson's case. One solution I found to solve this problem is to fire her. This could be justified because she broke company policy, directly mentioned Bricks Pizza, and posted this comment on a public platform. Solution 2 is giving her a warning and a second chance. Management could have had her take down the post and discuss why more anonymity would work in her favor. Additionally, this post was made on her own time after work and on her private Facebook page. Strangers were not able to view her page, and her post was only set to be viewed by the people she's friended. These solutions are upheld and violated by a variety of ethical principles. Solution 1 is justified by the ethical principle Ashley Johnson violated, the principle of fidelity. This principle holds that you should fulfill your commitments and act faithfully. It means first that you should fulfill the agreements, pledges, contracts, and promises you make. She signed the contract that stated it was forbidden employees speak negatively about the company on social media platforms. She was expected to live up to the terms of that contract. Solution 2 is justified through the violation of the principle of confidelity. This principle asserts that some information should not be shared with people outside of certain circles. These circles or groups may be defined by the roles of the people within them, their duties, responsibilities, need to have access to certain information in order to perform their jobs appropriately, and their right to know the pertinent information. If Ashley Johnson knew her Facebook post was going to get back to her employers, she most likely would not have posted it. The intention behind her post was to vent and complain about her day. She posted it on her personal private page intended for her friends' eyes only. Both solutions involve the right to free expression. This is the right to express your opinion without being penalized for doing so. It is not, however, the right to harm, libel, or slander your employer. Ashley Johnson had the right to say what she did because she has the right to freedom of speech, but it was unethical of her to libel the customer she served. Brix recognized this in their statement, "We respect everyone's right to free speech, and our employers can engage in social media." As employees, they are ambassadors for Brooks Wood-Fired Pizza. Our company's social media policy clearly states that employees are not to disparage our customers, and there are consequences for those who do. While some may argue Ashley Johnson deserves a second chance, I believe the firing of Ashley Johnson was rightfully done. If she was given a second chance, this incident could very well happen again and just further hurt the restaurant's reputation. As well, I think this incident just more clearly revealed she was not Brix employee material. Their policy deems all employees ambassadors for the company that should not speak illy of customers even on their own time. She was aware of this policy when she was hired, and she chose not to abide by her contract. Like when at work on break, you are still expected to act professionally. The same mindset should apply to employees' online behavior when off the clock. Secondly, even though she only posted somewhat privately, it was still not a good idea to post what she did on Facebook. Privacy on the internet only goes so far, and despite only her friends being able to see her post, it still got out into Brix management. The restaurant reserves the right to do whatever they need to keep their public image in the right light and preserve their corporate culture. If Ashley Johnson truly valued her job, she would not have been speaking negatively about that customer, and definitely would not have included Brooks Wood-Fired Pizza in her post. In conclusion, she was not solely fired for what she said. She was fired because she chose not to adhere to these policies that were set in place to avoid situations like this. I understand how frustrated she must have been, because being a waitress is not an easy job, and I'm sure it can be extremely infuriating to work that hard and not be rightfully compensated. But our words matter, and some actions have difficult consequences. Social media is not private. Once it's out, it's truly out forever. Remember, think before you post. This is my reference page for the sources that I used. Thank you.